Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's Work in Progress Wednesday, we are finally going to get around to making Aussie open. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I said, today I am making Aussie open, finally making Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis here. And one thing with these two, I've gone back to when I've made with the Creed brothers. That's always what I think of, is that when I'm putting formulas together, not trying to be so cute, not trying to move things around, Frankenstein pieces. If I can just put something together and it looks accurate, then that is what I'm going to do. Here with Mark Davis, I messed around with the formula. I had a couple ideas that I didn't think he was big enough. Like, I put him together and he just seemed too small. I tried like a Kevin Owens torso. I tried the Harley Race, not Harley Race. Oh, I guess I did try the Harley Race torso, the like Jim Duggan, basically all the like old torsos. I messed around with a bunch of different formulas, and then I stumbled upon this extra Tensai Elite that I had in my collection, and it's already got kick pads, it's got a tights mold, it's got the just larger torso and arms, obviously, and I think the Mark Davis head fits on it really well. Obviously, we got to get rid of all the tattoos and everything. We're going to have to repaint. A lot of repainting, a lot of messing up with it just to like prep the figure. I might end up changing I'll probably change the knee pads of it, but I think for the formula, it's going to work really well. Maybe the waistband could be a little bit higher. I'll see if I end up painting it, but I think this is going to look fantastic for Mark Davis. And then Kyle Fletcher here, both of these guys really like nailing the height was really important. And I think Fletcher is like 6'2", maybe build at like 6'2", 6'3", and then Mark Davis is like 6'4", something like that. So height-wise, I'm really happy with it. I know they're taller. So I ended up using the Barry Windham torso for Kyle Fletcher, obviously the Seth Rollins legs. Both of these sculpts are I ordered from House 14, and I believe you can get these, or no, yeah, from House 14, and I think you can get them on Craniac Studios shop. I'm pretty positive. The attire for these guys, so I've already like cut out and separated the decals for both of these guys. They're sitting over on my desk behind me. I didn't want to transfer them all over and lose any pieces in the process. So the attire they're going to have is not going to be the like green attire we saw them wear a lot in AEW. It's going to be more of a black base with some green, some white. It's going to look awesome. I'm so excited. I've wanted to get these guys together for a while because I've been trying to piece other guys in from United Empire. And even though like we haven't really seen much, we see Kyle Fletcher a lot, but I think Mark Davis is hurt. And as of recording, he's still injured. I think he had a knee injury. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, they're finally joining my collection. Let's get to it. Alright, so first thing here is to prep, and for that I'm going to paint all the layers black for the tights, and then both of these guys will need their kick pads and knee pads painted gray before I start applying decals. And I always go and touch things up at the end so there's not any colors poking through that I don't want. But if I have everything looking pretty set beforehand, or just like get that base layer on, I typically don't have a lot to worry about. For the black, I use my Vallejo acrylic paint. For the gray, I used Apple Barrel, I think it's Timeless Gray. Timeless Gray or Elephant Gray, one of the two. One of the lighter grays. They have a lot of different options. I will eventually move to like all Vallejo paint, but until I get rid of all my Apple Barrel, I just have a lot more options using the Apple Barrel, so that is what I am going to use for the knee pads and kick pads today. Not a huge deal.
I do seal the knee pads with Mod Podge. It helps them, like, sometimes if you do decals on knee pads, they'll get kind of sticky over time. So I will just put a layer of Mod Podge over those, and that seems to help quite a bit. The Mark Davis figure, I left that top ring black on his knee pads because he does have, like, he wears the black sleeves under his knee pads. Applying the decals on the kick pads for the Rollins figures, they're like, the kick pad part is kind of elevated, which makes it a little bit easier for those, but I still microset, microsole, and then I use the hair dryer quite a bit. These I am not excited for. These are so big. I'm going to have to do a lot of maneuvering around. I struggled with these. Next time I do them, I'm going to cut them and probably have them go a little bit higher up on the crotch piece. There just wasn't a lot of room, and they're big decals, so it ended up going fine, but it was not a process that I particularly enjoyed. Mark Davis is a little bit different here. Obviously, his decals are just going to go on the upper thigh, so it will be a little bit easier once I get to those. These ones, this back design was not too bad, and really, like, this was way easier than applying the Kyle Fletcher ones. But still, since they were so big and had to wrap all the way around, there was a little bit of difficulty, but getting the hair dryer in there made it not too bad. As far as painting goes, I'm going to use Real Brown for their hair, for both of them, and going to use that for Mark Davis's facial hair as well. But I'll put a few layers on. Didn't want to make it too dark for... I might end up putting a wash in there. Oh, can't even see there. We got more there's so much went into these. More decals. The kick pads were easy for both of them, but I don't know. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's finish these, and I'll see you on the other side.
All right, time to take a look at our finished Aussie Open here, and these absolutely sucked to make. I always enjoy when I'm putting things together. I piece it together, and then I watch it come together as I'm getting through it. But the decals for this sucked. There was so much prepping. I did not necessarily enjoy making these, but I love how they turned out. I wasn't sure how Mark Davis was going to look on this body. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. My only issue is I wish I could cover up the stomach a little bit more, because his pants are typically a little bit higher, but that's just kind of like a minor nitpick. Outside of that, I'm really happy. Like I said, the decals were not fun to put on. The big ones on the thighs for Kyle Fletcher were a big pain. Just trying to maneuver those and position them correctly. I think if I do these again, I will measure and cut them a little bit higher, so it's more up on like the crotch piece, and give myself a little bit more space on the thigh. But again, I'm just kind of nitpicking, going through like what I would do to make it a little easier on myself. Kick pads, paint, everything else, just I'm really happy with. These sculpts I think are fantastic. They were, again, from House 14, who I don't know, I haven't gone on Craniac Studios' website and looked too closely at what they're offering, but I know a lot of what House 14 has been posted to his website. So I know Hederation, he also has some head sculpts of these two. I know I have there's like a singles version, or like a more updated version of Kyle Fletcher that he has, that I've ordered that one for sure. I don't think I ordered another Mark Davis. I got a bunch of stuff coming in that I'm excited about, but that is going to be it for today. There's my Aussie Open. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to do a showcase with these guys and the rest of the United Empire members that I have. I don't really have an Osprey that matches these perfectly. When they were trios champs, they had that green, gold, and white attire, which looked awesome, but I don't know if I quite have the energy and motivation to make a trios version of these guys just at the moment. Maybe down the line, once we run out of things to do, which is probably not going to be anytime soon. But if you stayed all the way to the end, thank you very much. Got so many things planned I'm excited to get to. I've already got like 4 or 5 other work in progress Wednesday videos that are just about finished and ready to be uploaded to the channel. Maybe I'll start like a Patreon and just upload all of those things like a month in advance so you can see them if you're interested in that. I don't know. Maybe we could talk about that down the line. But anyway, like I was saying, if you made it to the end, thank you very much. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. I always appreciate it. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out.